Okay, hey guys. So this is my general intro for the videos that I'm making after the full moon in November. This is for the rest of November. Don't know how that full moon was for the rest of you, but it was super intense for me. It was a Taurus full moon. I'm a Taurus sun, and that full moon was on my sun. Oh my god, I found it very intense. Felt like a two-dimensional person for about 4 days. But as all energies do, you know, it passed. So grateful for what it was and for what I have learned, which was plenty actually. I did quite a bit of journaling and thinking. I just did a lot of thinking. Anyway, but I'll just do a quick general intro around like astrology of the moment, and then I'm going to get into the individual readings left, which are all of the fire signs and they're all of the air signs and one fire sign. So the astrology, so Mercury is still retrograde in Scorpio. Man, it's an intense retrograde, I have to say. Apart from all the usual Mercury retrograde issues, technical issues, travel issues, miscommunications, people sounding more abrupt, or tone being off, your tone being off, you being misunderstood, things like that. We have, you know, it feels almost like a personal attack. Like what I've been saying in other readings is that, you know, Mercury is all about chat, communication, gossip. He's a social butterfly. Mercury just wants to run around the zodiac and chat to everyone. Chit, chit, chit. How are you? Oh my god, isn't this so much fun? And move on and do his own thing and keep moving. And like Scorpio is the deepest of the water signs. Scorpio rules like the deep, deep ocean, parts of it that haven't even been explored yet. You know, nobody knows what even lives there. And when you put Mercury into Scorpio, where he really doesn't like to be, what I've noticed in people and in myself, which is why I'd say part of that full moon was so intense, because it was also directly opposite Mercury retrograde. Yeah, Sun and Mercury were standing on top of each other. But yeah, so people's thoughts are spiraling. People's thoughts are taking a bit of a nosedive and going weird places. The thing is, the only thing I can say is, like, even though it's very uncomfortable, you know, we are supposed to do work on our shadow side. All people are supposed to be doing work on their shadow side. And when something is brought up to the front of your mind, or, you know, weirdness kind of climbs out of your subconscious, like, it's best that we look at it and deal with it. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. So, yeah. And what else is happening at the moment? So what I've just been trying to, you know, say to people is, like, 2019 astrologically was a tough year. And 2020 is also going to be a tough year. And the reason I'm saying this is because I like to know when the astrology is funky, so that at least if I'm in a really weird headspace, or if I think everything is going wrong, or if I feel a bit like, you know, what's going on here, it's the energies of the sky affecting us. And it's not just me. Like, that makes me feel better, you know? There's a huge conjunction coming January 2020. If you watch any other astrologers, I'm not an astrologer, but if you do, you know, they're all talking about this massive conjunction between Saturn and Pluto. Like, it's the end of one cycle, starting of a new one. It's happening in Capricorn, so that affects, like, society, global structures, governments, things like this. But all of that energy trickles down and affects us all independently as well. And depending on where Capricorn falls in your chart as well, you know, it affects everyone differently. But that is a very intense conjunction. And, you know, I'm of the opinion that we've all chosen to come here, and we've all chosen to come here at specific times in order to experience whatever it is we came to experience and learn. But, you know, times are hard at the moment. 2020 doesn't show much of a let up with regards to how it feels, but what's actually happening is massive transformation within us, and that is very uncomfortable. You know, spiritual change is very uncomfortable. Spiritual growth can be very, very uncomfortable. It can be very lonely. It can be very confusing and trying and hard and depressing and angry. Like, you know, honestly, I've been speaking to a lot of people recently, and people feel down, man. And, you know, that full moon brought me there a little, like, quite a bit actually, like, just down, you know. And like, the only thing we can do is look at what we are doing to help our mental health. Now is not a time to relax into or not relax, but it's not a time to, you know, sink into crutches like alcohol, weed, food, staying indoors all the time, you know, constantly on your phone, playing games, watching movies. Like, all of that is very, very unhealthy for people's mental health. What we should be doing is exercising, going outside more, eating really well. You know, like, when times are tough anyway, we really have to look after ourselves, like really, really, really. And, you know, like, I don't exercise. My exercise is poor. I walk everywhere, so I'm like, oh, at least that. But it's not good enough. And, you know, I hurt myself last week because of it. There was a warning sign from myself to myself that if I don't start doing something on a much more regular basis, get my heart rate pounding and get my muscles flexible and working, you know, I'm going to end up hurting myself, because that's what happens. You know, and it's also with mental health as well. Anyway, I don't want to get off point, but the astrology is tough, so we need to look after ourselves. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get into the tarot card readings now, guys. See you in a minute. Okay, hey Gemini, how's it going? Gemini, how are you doing after the full moon? How was it for you? I am Gemini rising. So I'm looking forward to this reading. This reading will be for the rest of the month of November. I'm very late getting it out, but Mercury retrograde, full moons, what can I say? Anyway, we still have well over 2 weeks of November left, so let's get started. We will start this reading, as we start every tarot card reading, with a prayer. And so let's begin. Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael. Please come, please bless and cleanse this space. Please bless and cleanse this space. Please bless and cleanse this space. Please bless and cleanse my cards. Please bless and cleanse cards. Please bless and cleanse cards. Thank you. Please bless and cleanse me. Thank you. And I would like to send blessing and cleansing to whoever out there would like it. I send you peace, I send you love, I send you cleansing and clearing and happiness and joy. Right, I'm going to get straight into the reading. Looking forward to this. Like I said, I'm Gemini rising. I pay an awful lot of attention to, in fact, nearly where astrology is concerned, I don't hardly read Taurus anymore. I would, for tarot card readings, I would watch Taurus tarot card readings, but for astrologers who are using house systems, there's no point in really watching your sun sign anymore. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to seeing where this reading will take us. And, oh yeah, how are you getting on with one of your main planets being retrograde? It's intense, isn't it? Okay, and on that note, let's see. Tarot, what does Gemini need to know for November 2019? What does Gemini need to know for November 2019? What would it benefit Gemini to know? What do they need to work on? What are we doing here? What's going on with Gemini 2019? Gemini 2019. Gemini 2019. So, Gemini. Ooh, wow. Okay, so two very powerful cards. Both major arcana. So there's big stuff happening at the moment, and I'd say it's to do with the Mercury retrograde. Some of it's to do with the retrograde to Scorpio. Very intense. So we have the Devil, and we have the Judgment card. Like, these are serious energies, you know, serious energies. The Devil is representative of living too much of a hedonistic life. You know, and Gemini, I have to say, Geminis are known to be party animals. You know, you constantly want to be on to the next party, on to the next thing, ingesting, imbibing along the way. But that lifestyle is no longer working for you, and I think you know that. So, the Devil. The point of the Devil card is that there are two people chained up. I don't think you can see the card. There are two people chained up in front of him, and he is their Lord and Master. But if you look very closely at the tarot card, you can see that the chains are actually very loosely tied around the human's necks. So the humans could just take off the chains and walk away. So the point of the devil is that, this habit, because it is like, people say, what is it? Sex and drugs and rock and roll, the devil. But really he's about addiction and obsession and sticking to an old way of life that is just really not serving you now. Like, I think the point with you, Gemini, is because, to be honest, addictions come up in a lot of the readings that I've done for November. But for you, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you are sick to death of the hold it has on you. Like, it's probably something you've tried to kick now, 100 times, and it's not worked out for you. And you're like, am I back on day one again? This is so exhausting. Like, what is this about? And it is exhausting. That's the point. Because the devil, like, once he has his claws in you, it's just this, it's such an ingrained habit. And, like, they're hard habits to break. But the harder the habit, the better you feel when you do finally come out of the cycle of torment that it has not forced you into, that you've been in because of it. Like, at the end of the day, everything we do is a choice, including going back to addictions. I know addictions are addictive, that's the point, but also there's a certain level of choice that we need to take control of, and you need to accept that you have to take control of it, But I do see at the moment that you're in this mindset of, no way I can do this. No way am I staying stuck in this, and I can do this. And you're absolutely right. Now is a fantastic time. And actually, just coming out of that full moon in Taurus is a great time to leave your addictions. Write a letter. I absolutely refuse to take part in any more of this. I release it. I let it go. I let it go. I let it go. And then, I know it wasn't in a fire sign, but because the devil's come up, you can burn it. I would burn it if I was you. Like, if it's not an addiction, and if it is just a lifestyle of partying that's leaving you feeling exhausted and wiped out and not allowing you to move on with your spiritual journey, which is, at the end of the day, in my opinion, my belief is that that's what we're all here to do. Doesn't have to be if you're not that way inclined, but you just want to get to the next level of your business, you want to get to the next level of your relationship, like whatever this lifestyle choice that's controlling you at the moment is, you're not going to be able to get there without getting rid of this first. Like, whatever this devil represents, it could be a person for some of you. For some of you, it could be a very toxic relationship. For some of you, it's alcohol. For some of you, it's drugs. For some of you, it's really unhealthy lifestyle. It's computer games. It's staying up all night, not getting enough sleep, eating crap food constantly, and then you wonder why you look pasty and your skin is bad and you're putting on weight. It's because you're not looking after yourself. Serious card to the devil. Like, I'm not saying this to scare people. I know this card so well because I've gotten it so often myself. You know what I mean? The devil doesn't laugh, man. And he brings no joy with him. He's quick fix. Quick fix. But then we have the Judgment card. These are such powerful cards, man. This is actually, like, they're really, really powerful cards. So you know that it's time to get rid of this. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. That's not the point. You know it's time to get rid of it. And the Judgment card says you have everything you need right now within you to make it work and to up level vibrationally. Like, the universe wants you to succeed. The universe will meet you halfway. You have to kickstart your own healing. That's my favorite thing to say about healing in general, across the board. We all have to kickstart our own healing. Even if kickstarting it means looking for a meeting you can go to or going to your doctor. Like, you have to get things started, but you also have to be able to maintain it or willing to maintain it to a certain degree. And people are like, yeah, that's easier said than done. I know that, but you still have to do it. At the end of the day, there's no one coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And the Judgment card, but the Judgment card does state that you have angels, you have an army of angels at your beck and call. You have an army of angels at your back who really, really are dying to support you with this. All they want to do is give you loving energy, send you loving light from God or whoever it is you believe in. It doesn't matter who you believe in. And even if you don't believe in angels and it's your ancestors you're more believing in, you have an army of energies behind you, positive, loving energies behind you that want you to succeed. So you can do this. This is really big energy, Gemini. 2 major arcana, 2 serious cards coming out. it really is, it's a time to do it now. Like, do it. Whatever it is you need to get rid of, do it, because the universe wants to meet you halfway. You have an army of support that you can count on. You have some very powerful archangels are looking out for you. And if you start calling on them, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, there's a million of them. Well, there's probably not a million, I don't know, but there's a lot. You can call on Archangel Raphael for some healing, Raphael, for some healing. Visualize a green light, you know, to soften maybe the DTs that you're going to have to go through, or to soften them. Well, you go through DTs for anything, don't you? So whatever it is you're going to give up, obviously you're going to miss it. You know, I call on Archangel Gabriel then as well, because she has very fiery, strong energy. And sometimes I'm just like, put your protective fire around me and burn all this bad energy that I'm feeling. You know, but it is, but the point I'm trying to make here as well is universally, like, it's time for you to do it, and that's what the cards are telling you. You know, you have absolutely what it takes to move to the next level, but you have to give up what it is that's holding you back, because it's serious. Could be a porn addiction, just saying, you know, it could be a lot of things, but you know that it's like, it is holding you back, and you feel it, and you're right, it is. And oh my God, like, the universe wants you to, the universe so has your back. The universe is so ready for you to take a few steps towards it. Like, the thing is, I'm not saying that just because you take the steps towards healing, you'll poof, be magically healed and you won't have to do any more work. That's nonsense. That's not reality. Like, you know, maintaining a new lifestyle can be very difficult, you know. But I get the feeling with the Devil card that you've gone through this cycle now a few times of trying to give up, failing, trying to give up, fail. I don't believe in failing. Trying to give up and it hasn't worked. Trying to give up and you thought, oh, I feel a bit better now, I'll give it a go again. Maybe I can moderate better this time. No. Whatever this outdated habit that you have, or toxic energy that you have, or toxic person, relationship that you're just repeating. It could be with different people, but it's the same toxic crap coming up in all of them. Like, it's time to mend it. And it's not easy to do. That's the point of the devil as well, you know. He's like, he clings on, man. You know. So you gotta be brave. And call on your angels. This is a big thing. Call on your angels. They want to help you so much. You know. Meditation, guys. That's where you meet your angels. Beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna pull a few more cards. Gemini, so far, we got a serious reading going on. So, okay. So what else? What could help Gemini to move on now? What will they focus on? Where can Gemini go from here, you know? Yeah, okay, so I think you possibly clicked on this reading because you were hoping for a bit of good news and whatever, and so far, you know, I've just told you that something very intense and that you have quite a lot of work to do. And, like, I'm sorry about that, because I know, I can see that you've been feeling really just depressed, flat, and you know, you're just a bit like, what is the point of this? And now I come on here looking for a bit of comfort, and this woman is telling me blah blah blah, and I have to fix it, and it's all my fault, and I have to do it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, I can see you've been feeling flat and emotionally maybe a little bit two-dimensional as well, but you know, we have another major arcana as well. Like, this is an excellent card, so there's an excellent card coming, and they came together, you know, so they're telling their own story. So the fact is, where we are at the moment is an emotionally draining time on life, on earth. That's what I think, and I think everyone's having a hard time. This card has a few different meanings, and one of them is, you know, that what's needed now is an attitude of gratitude. So even though all this healing has to occur, at the end of the day, there's an awful lot of self-love in choosing to heal. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, you have to kind of go through the horror and the shame that you feel, because when people initially sober up, you know, and you think of all the time you wasted, and you feel so bad, and you're told all these, you know, you know, you just did all these things you really, really regret. And, you know, it's a time of kind of looking inwards and just being on a shame spiral. But at the end of the day, that doesn't really get you anywhere. You know, the fact that you've decided to clear up your life, that is so positive, that that's what you should be focusing on. Like, yes, okay, I did all of these things and I regret it and all the rest of it, but, you know, I'm also now trying to make a massive change and I'm so proud of myself, and it's hard and I'm doing it, and I have angelic support for sure. I mean, I'd say for some of you, you feel like you don't really have people to lean on, and I'm sorry about that. Like, everyone has one or two friends and whatnot, but, you know, people are going through their own lives and they don't always have time to listen. So, you know, if you feel like you're on your own, again, you can just call for your angels, you know what I mean? Journal, man. Or accept that maybe this is a pocket of time in your life where you're just going to feel a bit lonely. Like, you know, I think that's important, and I think it's a relevant thing to say, actually, because I think we all go through these moments, and they're not even moments, they can be long periods of time where you're like, I'm so alone at the moment. But, you know, as everything does, this too shall pass. Good things end, bad things end. Everything comes to an end in the end. Like, nothing is forever, you know. And so just accept your lonely time, journal, travel deep into yourself, see what's going on in your heart, you know. And even with this Mercury retrograde as well, it's a good time to do it. Dive deep into our heart space, have a look what's going on there, look at what's still tender and hurts us, you know. But also time to restore an attitude of gratitude into your life, because Gemini, our moods can flict quickly, you know what I mean? 1 minute you're in a great mood, 1 minute you're in an awful mood, you know. It's a bit of a roller coaster. So this energy doesn't need to stick around, but sometimes that's the problem with people, you know, we feel justified in feeling like this. We're like, look, I'm just having a hard time, okay, I've been on this roller coaster of addiction that I'm trying to get off for months, you know, obviously I feel bad and I'm just going to feel bad about it. I mean, that's fine for a day or two, but then it's time to, you know, move on, because that energy doesn't actually get us anywhere, and it's very stagnant and it's very empty and it just doesn't work. So, attitude of gratitude, people. I recently got the Magic, Rhonda Byrne, out from the library, and I've started doing it. And, you know, I don't know how it's going to go yet. Like, I practice gratitude on a daily basis, but I was feeling a bit flat myself, so I just decided to give this a go. And I have to say, even just writing my gratitude list in the morning and using the gratitude stone at night has already lifted my mood monumentally. Like, it's actually amazing. So I can't wait I'm really looking forward to the magic that it is going to bring into my life, but just doing that alone has exponentially lifted my mood. Like, it's changed my mood within a day to a huge degree. So that's what's needed here as well. So maybe you should do that. Go buy the Magic if you can. Go take it out of the library. I had to order it and wait for it to come to my local library. And I'm going to have to renew it pretty soon. But, you know, that's what's needed now. Because I know I hate to say it, but, you know, people really aren't coming. No one's coming to help you. No one's coming to help any of us, man. For some reason, we agreed to come to planet Earth. I mean, who can say why? I don't always understand. But I agreed to come here. I made some soul contracts with people. I made some soul deals. I don't know. All of them above board. I'm a worker of the light. Thank you. And I would believe that anybody watching this is the exact same. So, you know, we're here with the right intentions. But outdated ways of thinking and doing things in our lives, and things we've used, patterns we've used, you know, we do have to evolve out of them. They're deals we made as well. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a great card. You know, so we have to start fostering an attitude of gratitude. Like, the thing is, if you do feel sad and you think, like, you're like, no, I'm going to take to my bed. Take to your bed. But do it for 2 days. You'll be taken to your bed for months on end, man. That doesn't help anyone. You know what I mean? But then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Great card. Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana. So, like, big life changes. It's a card of luck swinging in your favor, but it's kind of more than luck, and it's also more than swinging in your favor. Like, huge changes are coming, and they're really, really positive. That's what providing you do the work. You know what I mean? If you stay stuck in this cycle of repeating whatever it is that you know is so bad for you, and then feeling sorry for yourself because that energy leaves you feeling so flat and disappointed and shameful, And then because you feel like that, you go out and you party hard and you take all the drugs and you drink everything and you snort everything and you have sex with all the wrong people. And then, you know, you wake up and you feel like this, you feel like crap for doing that, and then you just repeat the cycle. Like, if that's the cycle you choose to repeat, then nothing is changing. Nothing is going to change and things won't improve. Because this energy is the problem you're having in your life at the moment. If you decide to take it on, do the work, clear up, you know, get back on your spiritual path, get back into the lighter side of life, you know, up level. You do have to make changes. Like, this is a review card as well. It's a review and contemplation card. So you have to review what you've done, you have to contemplate what needs changing, like, and things need to change. That's, you know, all there is to it. Like, there's no point in beating yourself up as well. You have to be nice to yourself. You know what I mean? If you're going to give up something serious like alcohol or drugs or whatever, or cigarettes or porn, you know, you deserve rewards at the end of the day for not doing that habit. But the reward has to be something healthy. Well, you know, it can be chocolate, it can be ice cream, it can be watching your favourite show for 4 hours, it can be going to bed at 7:30. Like, go easy on yourself as well. There's no need to beat yourself up at all. But whatever this habit is, it has to go. You know, but through self-love, guys. And like, one of the things I've written on you can only see a tiny bit of it, but I have my vision board. I've just started it. And one of the things I wrote, the first thing I wrote on my vision board was, I am worth it. And what I meant by that was, I am worth the work that I'm going to put into myself. I'm worth doing the hard work for myself. You know, it's not like I'm worth it, I'm going to go buy myself mascara. Well, I might do actually. But, you know, what I mean is, I'm worth the hard work. I'm worth it when I don't want to do yoga, but I'm going to make myself do it anyway. And I'm worth it when, you know, I don't feel like cooking something healthy, but I'm going to, because I'm worth it. My soul, my body, this lovely body that I've been gifted by the universe, like, you know, I'm worth it. My teeth are worth it. You know, you're worth it. And then don't beat yourself up, but understand that this toxic habit is just, there's no good in the devil card. Like, there isn't. And then massive changes will come. Like, these are two major arcana, the Judgment and Wheel of Fortune. Like, new beginnings beyond your wildest dreams. Much more interesting, much more positive, uplifting, beautiful life and existence awaits you. Most definitely. Like, it's just waiting for you. It's waiting for you, it's waiting for you, it's waiting for you. This has been a lovely reading. Please, I apologise for checking my phone, the time, but I really want these readings to not go beyond half an hour. I'm going to see maybe if there's one more card for you guys. So, is that it for Gemini? Do we have a little bit more advice? Like, the point is, this reading is actually very, very hopeful and really positive for the future. The new beginnings are super powerful. They're going to take you places you didn't know. Like, there's all kinds of change coming. It's all very exciting. But you need a vibration shift. That's the point of the Judgment card as well. That when I say up level, I mean shift your vibration to a higher vibration. And we can't do that when we're stuck doing it, whatever it is we need to give up. You know, so once you shift your vibration, the vibration of your life alters, you know, and you bring more interesting people into your life, you bring more interesting experiences into your life, all on a higher level vibration, which is so nice. You know, obviously lower level energies recognize that as well and come and try and feed off you, but you know, when you've got a clear head, you can see that. You can be like, oh, hang on, this is an old pattern. I'm not stepping into that. I know way better than to get involved with that kind of energy again. No way. Yeah, there is big change in the future as well. You know, this energy makes us feel very stuck and very bored. Like, it is a boring energy as well, this being stuck in the same cycle of flat, you know, no energy from whatever it is. Like, and there's just great change waiting for us. Exciting, new, you know, really, really cool stuff waiting, man. But we gotta do the work. Gotta shit the devil's ass right out of here. Do we have more cards for Gemini? 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 No, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. That was an awesome reading. Very powerful. Let's just have a quick look at... Yeah, like I'm just looking at the numbers there as well, you know. So like spirituality and completion, like your spiritual journey is what is the most important thing in the world, in my opinion. Like our spiritual journey is the whole reason we are here. And your spiritual journey, this part of your spiritual journey, like the thing is, addictions are part of our spiritual journey. Like you have to go through it in order to come out of it. That's, you know, I 100% believe that. And as well, everything you've learned within it is very, very valuable to take with you on the next cycle. But that's where you're at now. You're at the end of a cycle. You're at the end of a big cycle in your life. It's time to complete the cycle and it's time to move on to the next one. Taking everything you've learned with you so that you don't have to repeat it on your new journey, which is so exciting. But you are at the precipice now. You know what I mean? You like that final jump has to be made, and it's a jump into a much, much better way of living, much more positive. Like these things won't come overnight. You know, the work needs to happen. Yeah, that's hard for all of us. You know what I mean? This really resonates with me as well. You know what I mean? Like, it's not all you need to do this. Like, there's work here for everyone. This is a very good reading. Yeah. And I love you lots, Gemini, and I will see you soon. I'm going to release new moon and full moon videos as well. I'm not going to do all 12 signs of the zodiac. I'll probably do pick cards because these take a very, very long time to do. And even though they're very enjoyable, like they take an awful lot of time. So I wish you well. If you'd like to like and subscribe, please do. If you'd like to tell me comments, what do you think? If you want to tell me anything, feel free to write in the comments. And I'm available for personal readings. If you want to send me an email, we can talk about that. If not, that's fine too. I wish you a wonderful evening and month, and good luck, and try not to get too deflated with the work. Peace and love. See you later, Gemini.